So, everybody wants to come to France. Everybody wants to relocate to France. Everybody wants to come and experience the beautiful life of Paris. But do you know why you should not relocate to France? So in this video, I'm going to be telling you the reason why you should not relocate to France. And these reasons are very serious reasons. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hey, so guys, you're welcome back on my channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. And if you are an old subscriber, welcome. And if you are new, like I said, kindly subscribe, like, share, turn on your notification button so that you can always be the first to know when I drop any content. So yeah, all are welcome to my channel. And on today's episode, guess what I'm going to be talking about? Okay, like I said, I'm going to be discussing on why you should not relocate to France. So why shouldn't you relocate to France? Hannah, why shouldn't I relocate to France? I'm going to be discussing few points on why you should not relocate to France. And number one is language barrier. That's number one. That's the very first thing you should consider before relocating to France. Let's look at it this way. You are an English speaker or whatever language you speak, and you find yourself in another country and you can't communicate with the locals. How will you feel? You feel bad, right? So that is why you should not relocate to France. If you know that you do not speak French, don't. And so the advice I'm going to give to you is, if you know you want to relocate to France, still, you should plan how you will speak the language. You should plan how you will know the basic, like bonjour, je voudrais faire quelque chose, excusez-moi, merci, la la la, le le le. You should know how to communicate faintly with the locals. If not, you will find your stay in France very hard, because the French people will not throw their language out of the door and speak your own language. So in order for you to be comfortable in France, you need to know how to speak some basic things. Like I said, if you know you are the type that you don't have a retentive memories, or you are so bad in learning new language, then do not bother coming to France, because everything you're going to be doing in France is going to be in French language. So make sure you're studying French before you pack your bags and baggages moving to France. That's number one. And number two that I'm going to be talking about is that French people are not social people. Yes. Take it from me, from someone that has been living in France for almost 9 years. I can authoritatively tell you all that French people are not socialized people. Yes. It's so hard to break into their midst. It's like a wall. You keep hitting on the wall to break in. You don't get it. You're unable to break into that wall. That is how French people are. They are very, very hard, and it is very hard for you to break into their midst. So they are not social people. When you talk to French people, even if they know what you are talking about, they will pretend like they don't know. It's very hard for them to communicate with strangers, and that is why I feel there are a lot of assistants sociaux that are here to help people, étrangers, because they know the way they are, like they are not receptive. They don't easily accept people into their midst. Even when they are having their parties, they prefer to have their own people than to have strangers in their party. Not like other countries that, for example, in my country, we are so receptive. We take people in so easily, but you cannot break into the French people's heart easily. It will be very hard for you to please the French people, and it will be very hard for you to break into their midst. So that's number three. French people are not open-minded. Like I said before, Even if they know something, they are not ready to share it with you. So imagine as a stranger, as a migrant in a country like France, and you're asking questions and nobody is giving you the answers that you want, and you go crazy. You be like, what's going on? Why are people like this? Why are people behaving this way in this country? You know, they are not open-minded people. You know, their lifestyle is totally different. So you should consider this before moving to France, that you cannot have the same kind of experience you have in your country, which is whether good or bad. You can't have that here. You know, they are not open-minded people. It will be very hard for them to communicate with you before they can give you the ideas that you need. You know, it will be very, very hard. Number 3 things to consider. And number 4 thing to consider is to do your research properly before packing your bags, your baggages, your whole family before coming to France. Know where you're going. Know how things are functioned in that place. Know at what point you should not come to France. You know, like I did a video sometimes ago with a friend of mine who lives in Germany, and we tried to compare the lifestyle in France and Germany as well. It's almost similar, you know, but we always talk about language barrier and all of that. So things you should know is you should do your research properly before coming. You need to. If you know people living in France, you need to talk to them. You need to ask them, you know, about how you can get your papers, how not to be an illegal citizen, you know, how you can go about your resident permit, the steps you need to take, what are you going to need, and all of that. So these are the things you should know. If you have a visa, maybe, and your visa expires while you are here in France, you know, you become an illegal citizen. So you need to know what to do immediately when your visa expires, or before your visa expires. You should already know how to go about it, the steps to take. So always do your research, you know, on what the country is all about. And also, number 5 thing you should consider before coming to France is the stress part. Stress is an integral part of the people living in France. You know, there are lots of administrative work, and that could be more stressful for you as an English speaker or whatever other languages you speak, you know, because most of their things are written in French, and it's very hard for you. That causes emotional stress, and the stress of trying to navigate your way from one places to the other is very, very essential. So you need to know all this before you think of coming to France. And when you know you have children, just know that the stress level with kids are on the high side. Very stressful. It's very stressful living here in France, but afterwards I'm sure everybody will be fine, you know. Okay, so that's another thing. Another thing you should know is the cultural differences. Totally different from where you're coming from. The French people are traditionalists, not traditionalists in that way. As their culture, they take their culture, you know, so they love their culture so much, and they will never bend for anybody. And that is why in France we have so many jours fériés, so many holidays, you know, midterm holidays. Especially, let me talk about the educational aspect. When you know you have kids, you know, just know that in France, children from 3 to 6, that is a matinee, that's like kindergarten. They go to school Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. They don't go to school on Wednesdays. And then from 6 years to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that is before the children moves to college, they don't also go to school Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So Wednesday is exempted from the kids going to school. So from college, they have full days to go to school. So that's what you should also consider, because when you have children and in that age bracket, you have to be at home with them on Wednesdays. So it's part of the cultural differences. You know, back home in my country, Nigeria, you know, they go every day, so it's different here. So the culture is different, and they celebrate so many of their heroes. So many celebrations, Jean d'Arc, so many of their celebrations. They do that a lot. They always honor their heroines. They honor them a lot. So that's why we have so many jours fériés, and they are also Christians, so they take almost every of the Christian holidays so serious. So that is it. And number six, is it number six? Number six, boredom. French people are so boring. Boring. But if you know your way, you can have fun. But know that they are boring. They are boring because everything here is in French, so before you will even know what is going on in a place, it will be very hard because you don't even understand the writings on the wall. You don't even know where the fun is happening. You don't know what is going on, maybe because of the weather, you just stay in the house, you don't want to go anywhere. So it becomes so boring and you feel like the people are boring. They just go to work, come back home, eat with their family. They like that quietness of living in their own corner with their family, and they take eating together. So like it's like a tradition. They must eat together. French people must eat together. So their life is so boring. I think they have fun within themselves. Yeah, they do have fun within themselves. And another thing you should consider before coming to France is the slow system. My French people are not in a hurry. Not, as in not NOT, to do anything. Administratively, they are not in a hurry. In the hospital, they are not in a hurry. When you go see a doctor, he's not in a hurry to talk to you. When you go out to do shopping, what are they called? The salespeople are not in a hurry to talk to you. In fact, speaking of that, when you go do shopping, you see especially the old ones that they don't have anybody to talk to in the house. It can be so frustrating. When they just have the opportunity of going out to shop, and you will see them talking to the salespeople, like conveniently. My French people will be gisting. They will be talking like they will not even consider that there are people behind them that need to go hurriedly. They are not in a hurry. They will just take their time. They'll be gisting. The sales rep will be gisting. You need to consider that. If you know you don't have patience, if you know all your life is hurry, rush, don't just bother, because you will get frustrated. At a point, we even want to slap somebody, like, what's going on? What's all this? In the hospital. Oh, that's another thing. Administratively, things that they are meant to do within 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it will just extend to 1 year, and you'll be wondering why they can be so frustrating. So if you don't have the patience at all, just stay in your country. Just stay there and be living your life the way you are living it already, because you'll be frustrated when you come to France. Do not pack your bags. Do not pack your children. Do not pack your baggages to come to France. If you know you are the hurry type, don't come. Biko, do not come. And the last but not the least is the food aspects. If you know you don't like French food, don't come to France. Do not come to France. Do not pack your bags and baggages and come to France. Please stay in your country, because you will eat French food. You will eat French food and you will get tired of eating it. That is it. You can have your food. You can have African shops that you can get your food, but they are expensive. And there's no way you will live here that you will not eat their food. So if you know you're the type that do not eat other food, just don't bother coming to France. Just stay in your country, enjoy your assorted food. Don't bother. Do not even bother, please. Don't just come. Just stay right there. Let us that have used our French food continue eating our French food. Okay, so guys, we've come to the end of today's episode on why you should not come to France. So don't come when you know you are not receptive, you don't like speaking other languages. Don't come because France is stressful. Don't come because of the difference in tradition, in culture. Don't come because it's very the lifestyle here is very high. So you have to also do your research before coming. So in all this, I hope you do not pack your bags and baggages coming to France. You need to consider these things before coming. So thank you all. Thank you for watching today's episode. I love you all, and always stick around. Always turn on your notification buttons, and always like and share our posts. Thank you. See you all next time. Bye.